Hello, welcome to this Wasabi Cloud NAS demo. My name is Neil, I'm a Senior Systems Engineer for Wasabi in the UK. So the first thing we're going to go through is where to find Cloud NAS. So if you go onto the Wasabi knowledge base, which is knowledgebase.wasabi.com, and you can come into the search box and just go for Cloud NAS there. Once you hit go on that, you'll see the first hit you get is Wasabi Cloud NAS download and installation instructions. So we can go ahead and click there and we'll see the explanation on what Cloud NAS is, the support email address for Wasabi, and then there's also this sign up link here. So you can go ahead and click this and it will take you to the sign up page. Where you can sign up for Cloud NAS, stick in your information, and it's a 30-day 1 terabyte free trial. We don't ask for any credit cards or anything like that. It's just there to use. So once you've done that, it'll take you through what happens then. So you'll create a account with Wasabi, and then it will take you through installing the product on a Windows server. Doesn't need much. If we look here, system requirements, so it can be a Windows 7, 2008, Windows 8, 12, 2016 or 2019 server. So a desktop or a server, as long as they're reasonably new. 4 gig of RAM at least, and 68 meg of hard drive space at least. So that'll give you some ideas on the installation footprint of Cloud NAS. Also down the bottom of this page is a link to the admin guide, so you can click on that and that'll take you to the nice little PDF taking you through all of how to set up Cloud NAS and how to pair it with a source share and then pair that with a target bucket and get everything going. But we're going to have a quick look at the GUI now as well and just go through what that would look like. So I've already installed Cloud NAS. Here we go. This is just on a small desktop. So it's, as I said, it's, it doesn't need to be a server. It can just be a small desktop. And we can see nothing set up at the moment. I haven't got any sources and I'm not replicating anything currently. We can see some global settings. So what we want to happen to files when they get deleted from the source. Some other things like that. What logs do we want generated? And out of the box there's a replication policy set up. I think it's longer than this out of the box, but I've just set mine to 1 minute at the moment for this demonstration. But we've got nothing, no sources defined at the moment. So let's look at a source. I've got a folder here on my desktop, just in my temp files on the C drive. It's called NS files, and you can see I've dropped some old PDF documents that I had in there. Not very big, just for this demo purposes. So we've got about 15 PDF documents in here. But if I look at these documents currently, I'll just take this one on the bottom. I'll just see the properties of this file. We can see nothing. It's a full fat file. Nothing's happened to it. It's there on my desktop, and I can go ahead and just open this file and read it as I normally would. I've got the last access date showing as well. I've enabled that just so we can see when the last access record was. So you can see I'm recording this video at, I copied these files over just a few minutes before I started this video. So they're all showing as last accessed as about 3 minutes ago, but that's fine. We'll set quite an aggressive policy on these. So I want to now go ahead and add this folder into my NAS system. So I'll come here and add a source, and I'm just going to find that files. There we go, NS files, and I'm going to select that folder. Now, that doesn't have to be a local folder. It could be a network share. When you add your source in, you can just map yourself to a network share wherever your SMB or NFS shares are located, but mine's local on the same machine, so I'm just going to map a local drive. So here we go. I've added in my source, and we can see some information over here. The source path, and a target name. So I'm going to call this my Neil demo for today. There we go, Neil demo. Now I have to pick where I want this folder to be synchronized to. Well, I live in the UK, so I don't want my folders to go into Oregon. Thank you very much. I want my folders synchronized to London. So as I pick the region, the server URL automatically changes. Now the next thing I need is the access key and the secret key. Now when you would have signed up for the free trial, that would have allowed you to log into the portal, and from the portal, I'll just open it here, I've got it set up. From your normal Wasabi portal, once you've logged in, you can go ahead and create yourself a set of access key and secret keys. So mine's here, it will show you the access key, but it won't show you the secret key, hence why it's a secret key. But I've already got mine saved, so I'm just going to pop over here onto my notepad, and I'll just come and copy my access key and my secret key into the box here. So I can go ahead and list the buckets. So these are the buckets I've already got set up in my portal, and again they will match. If I come to my bucket list here in the portal, they will match these. But I'm going to go ahead and create a new bucket for this this demo. So let's go ahead and create the bucket. I'll call it NS demo. What do we call it? NS. Let's just go with the same name. Neil demo. There we go. So NS Neil demo. I hit OK there, and it's going to create my Neil demo NS Neil demo bucket, and I'll hit the apply button. So there we go. It does switch the Cloud NAS to pause mode, just so I can set up some other attributes if I want to. So I can go ahead, if I wanted to enable bucket versioning, that will version every folder which is in the source bucket, so you can roll back to different versions. Or I might want immutability on this bucket as well, so I can go ahead if I want to and enable immutability, so that I know that the data, the synchronized copy, cannot be affected by ransomware in any way. But I'm not going to do that. I may do that in a later video, but for today I'm just going to stick with the normal settings. So there we go. I can go ahead now, and if I just unpause Cloud NAS, what we'll see is on this share here, I go to the stats, and it will show me, here we go, it had 16 files, or there are 16 files in there. They went to pending, then they went to replicated. So I know, I'm happy that those 16 files, I've now got a copy of them up with Wasabi. And again, if I go and look in the bucket list, I'll just do a refresh to find my bucket, and we called it NS Neil Demo. There we go. And I can see the list of files that are in there. So all these PDF files have been synchronized up with Wasabi. So I know now, I'm quite happy, I've got a synchronized copy of all of these files. Now, I want to enable space reclamation, because I want to say, well, do you know what? If a user hasn't accessed a file for a certain amount of time, I don't want it on my local folder. I want that moved off to Wasabi, and I want to leave behind a stub file. So I'm going to go ahead back onto the Cloud NAS portal here, and I'm going to add in a new policy on my NS files folder, and I want to reclaim space. So I'll add in the reclaim space policy. So that's going to give me some more information. So I'm going to choose, just for this demo, to offload files that haven't been accessed, and I'm going to go quite crazy, and I'm going to go for 30 seconds. There we go. But I've got other attributes I can add in if the files are larger than a certain size only, or only when my space exceeds a certain capacity as well. But I'm going to leave those as default for now, and I'm just going to go for my 30-second policy. So I'll apply that policy. That says running, and now what's going to happen on this folder, because all the files haven't been accessed for more than 30 seconds, what we should start seeing is Cloud NAS, when it does its replication every 1 minute, there we go, we can see it's happening, it's going to start stubbing off these files. So let's just go back to this file, this folder, and we can see the files here, and I can see they're stubbing because I've got a little icon next to them. And again, if I look at the properties of this folder, we can see that although it's a 1 meg file, the size on disk is 4K. It's been stubbed off. It's not actually there anymore. So I'm saving that 1 meg of space. Obviously, on bigger files, that's much more exciting. But just for this demo, I can see that actually I'm reclaiming that space. I'm giving it back to my file system to use. And it's done that with all the files here. Because their access time is over 30 seconds old, we can see that it's stubbed off all of those files. Now, As I said earlier, the stub file's there if you want to retrieve the file. So if I'm a user and I haven't used this file here for a long time, but for some reason I do want to view it again, I can just go ahead and double click it. Cloud NAS will bring that file back for me. It's retrieved it in its entirety there. Okay, it's not very big, it's only a meg, but it's brought it back. We can see the icons disappeared now, so it's not reclaimed anymore. And if I just shut this down, it doesn't want to shut. There we go, it has now decided to play. And I'll look at the property of this file. We can see it's fully inflated, so it's been brought back. Because I've asked to read it, Cloud NAS has brought it back for me, and it's fully inflated the file. Now, if we go back to our Cloud NAS, remember our quite crazy reclamation policy is set to 30 seconds. So what will happen after I don't access this file for more than 30 seconds, Cloud NAS is going to go, okay, the user's not accessing this file. I'm going to stub it off again. I'm going to delete the content out. I'm going to leave behind the stub file. There we go. We can see the little icons appeared. So again, if we look at the properties of this file, yeah, it's 1 meg in size, but size on disk, it's only 4K. So it's absolutely been stubbed off, and Cloud NAS is doing absolutely what we've asked it to do. So that was a very simple demonstration of Cloud NAS. There are lots of other things you can do with it around reclaiming the files or pushing them back up or sending them to different locations, but we'll do that in another video. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.